I'm back. What I've been working on is the wings, part of the wings of the under the hull here of the protector. I got the top part of this part here that goes up here like so. Then I got that all painted. What I did is did the same thing as I did on the primary hull. I took and painted it off white, and then I used some masking, cut it in squares, and put random spots all over the body of it here. I don't know if you can see it too well, but then I painted it white, and then after that, then I hit it with some, shot it with some pearl. I did this part, and I did it on the bottom part of the hull as well. I don't know how well you can see the panel lines, but see it. Now what I'm going to be doing is what I wanted to do was start putting these together, and these little parts here that go, I don't know if these are intake vents or whatever, but I know they light up and they're red in the movie, so they go in here. There's spots here like so, but I want to light those up. So what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do is, I don't have any right now, is clear resin. I've got the stuff to make the molds, but I don't have the clear resin to go in afterwards. So I'm going to have to make a quick stop over at Michael's to get some. And then what I want to do is make molds of these in clear, so that way I can put a light behind them, so that way they'll light up. And I have this that goes on here, so I want to check something real quick. I didn't check before. Yeah, there's going to be enough. I'll put an SMD in there to, oops, it's stuck on there. Open it back up, there we go. I'll have to put an SMD in and run some wires down into the bottom part here where there's going to be a gap, so that way I can have all the wires bundled up right in that area there. Excuse me. So that's where I'm at right now. What I'm going to do, since I have to wait to do this, I'm just going to set this off to the side, and I'm going to start taking these pieces here, and right along here there's some windows here that can be drilled out on both sides. There's 11 windows on both sides. So what I'm going to do is drill those out, because in the movie you do see these lit up at one point, but so I'm going to have them lit up on the model. So I'll get on that, and when I get the holes drilled out, I'll come back and show them to you. So I'll be back in a few. Alright guys, we got it drilled out. What I had to do, there's like a lip that was all along the edge here on both sides, that I had to use my Dremel stylus to grind it all down, and then I got this the right size drill bit and started drilling out the holes. I don't know how well you can see them too well, but they're all drilled out through here and through here on both sides. Excuse me. So that way when I put the bottom piece on, which will be this one on this side, it just goes together. Pinch that together, and you can actually see all the way inside now with both pieces. And what I'll end up doing is putting the, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on the bottom or if I'll do it on the top, but on the back side here where it curves, like where it curves down on the back side, right here, I'm going to put the LED lights back here, the LED tape. I'll put like a little section of 3, whoops, can't see it, sorry. Back here I'll put like a little section of 3 lights, and it should light up this pretty good right through here. And then I'll run a wire. I'll probably run everything in parallel, so that way I can just run a wire from here all the way back to have for the LED here that lights up this blue back here for the engines. So now that I got them drilled out, what I'm going to do is go back through them real quick with one of my micro files to get the holes nice and clean, get the edges smooth on the inside, make sure there's no lingering burrs or anything like that, and then I'll give her a coat of black on the inside, so that way I can start light blocking it, and we'll get this bird on the road. So I'll get back at it as soon as I get it all light blocked and get the first coat of paint on it. I'll come back and show it to you before I start wiring it. Back in a few. Alright guys, what I've been working on is I did all the light blocking on the wings, I think as they're called. Just got the top half's done. I still have to do the bottom half, so I got those right here. I'll be working on those in a little bit. Did all the light blocking, so now you can actually see where the windows are easily on it, on the wings. So get that taken care of. What I did was spray painted in black on the inside. Then I used my gray primer, and then I used white primer. And so everything's all primed up nice. Once I get the wiring figured out the way I'm going to do it, I will take and put the regular white paint on it and start building from there. What I also did was these little pieces here. I don't know if you can see these too well here. These little guys here that go in the pieces up here along the underside. They light up red as all, according to the movie. And since they come with this gray resin or styrene or whatever, you can't get any light through it unless you do a lot of cutting of this back part off. But I don't want to take a chance of ruining it. So what I ended up doing was using some of my amazing melt. Made a couple casts. I used a little cap and I put them in. Yeah, see how you can see those. But I got made the molds for them. So now what I'm going to do is I went and bought some Easy Cast. Went to Michael's and I saw this stuff for $7, a little over $7, and went to pay for it, and he said it was like $17. And I told him, I said no. According to what I said on the shelf back there, it was only 7 something. So the manager went back there with me, and come to find out somebody put this in the wrong spot. So I got it for $10 cheaper than what it actually was. So I got a good deal on it. So I'll get some of that mixed up, get that in here, and get the molds made so that way they'll be nice and clear, so that way the light will shine through them real easy when it's put into the hole there. So I'll get on that and I'll be back in just a few then. Alright guys, I'm back. What I did was I used these little parts here, like I said in the last segment, and made the molds for it. Got them taken care of, got my Easy Cast, got it all mixed together, had a half a teaspoon of each one. Didn't know how much I was going to need, so I figured I'd make a little extra. I got it poured into the mold. There's no bubbles, so that's good. But we'll see what happens when it's set. It's going to take, according to the instructions, it takes 8 hours for it to set up. So we'll have to let it go for that. But then on that note, since it's going to take that long, I'm just going to end this segment. I'd like to thank my subscribers and my new subscribers for watching. Thanks everybody for watching, and if you hit that like and subscribe button, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to leave a comment below, you can. I'll get back to you as soon as I can then. But everything is looking pretty good, so I'm going to get my mess cleaned up here and let this set, and then I'll come back with another update after these are all taken care of and dried and everything. So back in a few.